Alto, so happy to have you today. Today, we get to talk about success and you making up your very own definition. And this is important. You don't want to wake up one day, 10 years from now and find that you've been chasing other people's dreams or not really crafting the kind of life that you want, but just kind of going along with what everyone else expects from you. I highly encourage you to craft your life with intention, with care, with mindfulness, with basically self-awareness. So that way life isn't floating by you, so you don't have to have that feeling one day of like, oh crap, what have I done with my life? So the most awesome thing about this is that success is a very abstract, fluid term, and you and I get to make up what it means for ourselves. And it's important to do this because if you don't, you will probably buy into everyone else's definition of success, which generally means making a lot of money. There's only so much money in the world, guys. Only some of us can be billionaires. I'll probably be one, you'll probably be one, but the rest of all our friends, they probably won't get to be billionaires. I'm just kidding. What I'm saying is that there's so much more to life, obviously, than just being successful in the very narrow definition that the world has created for us. So let's see if we can come up with some other ways to define if our lives are working, to kind of be our guideposts of the kind of lives that we want to live, of whether or not our choices are serving our big picture, all that kind of stuff. So success, for me, I want to share kind of my definition with you, not like I've written it all out, but just kind of off the top of my head. Success means happiness. That's pretty important to me. That's more important than having money. Success means good relationships. It means personal health, not just like a physical sense of well-being, but a really good emotional, mental sense of well-being, where I wake up and feel good about myself, good about my life. That kind of like inner calm, peace, and even joy. That's where my soul is at. That's what lights me up, and that's what I really care about. Food, I really care about. I love food. Food's like one of the best gifts in life, and I want to be able to enjoy that. So I've realized that for me, I need to make space in my day to take good care of myself, to have meaningful relationships, to talk on the phone with long-distance friends that I still love and want to, keep connected with, to make time to cook delicious, awesome food and to be mindful when I'm doing it. These are all things that feel like success to me. Kind of career-wise, I've also had to explore what success in my own career means for me, especially because I have made out my own career. I'm just doing like this hybrid mashup of all these fun things between sewing and songwriting and touring and podcasting and whatever else I feel like doing that day. And it all kind of works together most of the time and ends up somehow coming together to pay the rent. And I realize that I've lucked out in that manner, and I'm so grateful to you guys, because without you guys, that wouldn't be the case. Excuse me. But in that regard, I have realized that a huge part of my favorite part of being an entrepreneur is getting to kind of decide for myself how my day looks like. So if I need to sleep in an hour, it's usually not a big deal if we're not on the road. I can wear whatever clothes I want to Starbucks to work on social media. And I can get a snack whenever I want. Snacks are important to this chick right here. Love me some snacks. Even getting to use the restroom whenever I feel like. I've worked at jobs where that's not the case. Getting to kind of have some of those, I feel like they're primal human wants. That's important to me, and that's something that when I was working at Burger King, I didn't really have those rights, and I remember really craving that. I thought one day I'm going to work for myself, and I'm not going to have to put up with this no snacks for 2 hours bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? And for you too, no matter what career you're going into, don't let succeeding in your career define success for your whole life. Because what you'll have then is you'll have your pie cut up in all these little pieces, and one piece, your career piece, might be just wonderful, just awesome, but the rest of them will often get neglected. And so we have to be intentional here that we're giving attention to everything that matters to us, because I dare venture to say that there is more in your life that's important than just being successful at a career. And you don't want to set your definition for success in such a way that it's so narrow-minded that if you don't hit pretty much like needle in a haystack, the most impossible thing, if that does not happen, you will not be successful. So let me give you an example. Say you want to be a musician, because I know we all do. And let's say Rolling Stone, that's a good one. I want to make it on the cover of Rolling Stone. And let's say that's like my life goal. I've been thinking about this since I was 12 years old. I've told my friends passing, I'm going to be on that cover one day or whatever. That's a very specific thing, a very specific life goal. And if I were to say, I won't feel like I've made it, or I won't know that my life is truly working, I won't really feel successful until I make it on that cover, guys, I'm kind of screwed. because I can't control whether or not I make it on that cover. I can show up, I can do my part, I can do everything I possibly know how to do, exhaust all my resources, kill myself trying to get on a stupid cover, but it's still not up to me. But what is up to me is generally how much rest I get, the amount of time that I spend with people that I love, how good care of myself I take, what I'm prioritizing in my life. So those are the kinds of things that you want to be focusing on, because if you get too attached to one specific outcome, if that does not happen, you will kind of feel like a failure. And you will probably spend months, if not years, trying to play catch up, thinking, oh my God, why didn't this happen? What is wrong with me? And it will take you a long time to kind of recover from that. So save yourself that heartache and decide early on that you're not going to limit yourself to one definition of success. Like plan A has to happen or else my life is a failure. Because you know what? I think life knows better than we do sometimes. And I think there's a lot of joy that can be found in trusting the process, in trusting how it's all going down, rather than, gritting your teeth and making things happen, making opportunities come for you out of nothing. I'm all about like getting work done and creating the life that you want. Like, I'm all about that, but there has to be some good balance there. So be thinking of that this week. It kind of reminds me of, there's like a quote that's like, it's such a shame to climb to the top and to realize that you've been leaning your ladder against the wrong building. And I have that visual in my head, like of climbing really hard and then getting to the top, and you're like, oh crap, this isn't what I thought it would be. This isn't what I wanted. And let's say you've spent years of your life, all this money, all that stuff, like that's kind of a shame. It's the climb, guys. Miley Cyrus got it right. It's the freaking climb. You know what I'm saying? All right. Love you guys. I would like to ask you to subscribe to my podcast because we recently hit 10,000 subscribers. I don't know if you know this, but it's a pretty big deal. I just got to throw this out there. You guys are pretty awesome. All 10,000 of you. If you all invite 10 of your friends, we'll have 100,000 subscribers by the end of the night. So just kind of throwing that out there for you. I love you. One more thing. I'm teaching my class, Turn Your Pain into Art, on September 28th at 7 p.m. Central, which is different for all of you, so I won't list all your other time zones, but please consider being a part of that. Ticket space is very limited. This is an intimate online class. This isn't a pre-recorded video of me like giving my little speech or whatever. This is like virtual and interactive. So this is kind of like doing it in person, not quite as good, but about as good as we could get. That way, those of you who've been asking to be a part of my class that I taught on Warped Tour, but maybe live in Singapore, this way you can join me and be part of that. So I'll be putting the link right here or maybe in the description. I don't really know. We'll figure it out. I love you so much. Have a great week. Bye.